Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have two crazy current event stories for you guys, and both of these events, they both happened in retail, and both of these people are just absolute idiots, and both people got arrested. So we'll break down both stories, and I'll also give you guys my opinion on each one. I've worked in retail for several years. I've actually dealt with some pretty horrible customers, so we're going to break these down. So the first story that we got here, and I want to thank my friend Anomalous Scientist for actually sending this to me, and he told me about this story here, and this woman had spit on groceries. This was in Largo, Florida. She had spit on groceries in a public store, and she was threatening to beat up customers and the manager. The police arrived, and when the police arrived, she gave them a false name, and she got arrested. She got arrested for the spitting, and she also got arrested for the fact that she was giving a false name. But what I found ridiculous in this story is that she was banned from the property in 2014. She wasn't allowed to be at the store, so she was banned in 2014, but yet now, 6 years later, they're looking at this, and they're shocked at this, that she was originally banned. And I'll tell you from my personal experience is retail stores absolutely suck. They suck at banning customers. They suck at it. They're so bad at it. Whenever a retail store, I guess it depends on the store, but a lot of retail stores, what they do is they have a really stupid customer, something really dumb happens, like, this woman, she must have caused some type of really stupid issue in 2014 in order to be banned from the store then. What happens is the store will tell them, don't come back here to the store, you're banned from the store, you come back here again, we're gonna call the police. And what happens is, usually, the person puts up an argument, they leave the store, and then what happens is, a few weeks later, that person will come back in the store and start shopping like nothing happened. And the managers will remember what happened, but they won't enforce this ban, and they won't do anything about it. And I've seen this happen so many times, where we have a customer that threatens somebody, and the manager tells them not to come back to the store, or they'll call the police. They're banned from the store. Then a few weeks later, guess what? Person comes into the store again, starts shopping, manager does nothing. Had this one customer who she did so many coupon scams. She would always be trying to scam with all of these coupons and trying to cost the store thousands of dollars. And she was banned from the store. Remember, this was years ago. My manager had told this customer, you cannot come into the store anymore. You are banned. Do not ever come back here. You're banned from shopping at the store. And yet this customer came in a few weeks later, and the manager did absolutely nothing about it. And this woman was costing the store literally thousands of dollars each time when she was shopping because of all of her coupon fraud. And this has just gotten ridiculous. I remember there was one customer who basically, what he would do is he would go into the candy aisle every time he was in the store. And he would literally take a chocolate bar, he would eat half of it, then he would fold that half-eaten chocolate bar and just shove it some random place in the store. And so many times when I was cleaning up the store, I would find this half-eaten chocolate bar, and I would have to throw it away and clean up after this, and it was just disgusting. My manager finally caught the guy and told the guy not to come back here, he's banned from the store, but then a few weeks later, the guy came back to the store, started shopping there, and they weren't really doing anything about it. And you're probably wondering is, why does management not do anything about it? I'll tell you why management doesn't want anything doesn't do anything about this. The reason they don't do anything about this is because they don't want to call police and have a scene caused. And also, another reason is they're scared about those people complaining to corporate. And I'm not joking on it. They're actually scared of people like this actually calling and complaining to corporate. So somebody that threatens workers or literally is it just a nuisance with scams or even assaults people by spitting on them? They're afraid that people like that will call corporate and complain. Why would you care about somebody's customer service like that? Why would you care about the customer service of somebody like that? So personally, I'm not shocked that she has been banned from the property since 2014, and I guarantee you this is not her first time coming back to the property since 2014. She's been in the store before this. Management probably just ignored her, and they didn't do anything about it. They should have just called the police. The second they saw her again, they should have called the police. But here, it led up to this incident where this idiot customer, she was spitting on groceries and then started threatening customers and also threatening the manager. Police arrested her, so she's not going to be back at the store anytime soon, but I would not be surprised if she comes back to the store again, because these companies just absolutely suck. Management sucks at handling situations like this. You see people like this, you tell them to leave the store. If they don't want to leave the store, you call the police, but they don't want to get involved and just let stuff like this happen. So now we're going to move on to the second story. So here we have the second story, and this was in Indiana. It was in Muncie, Indiana. So this 70-year-old man had been arrested, and what he had done is he was waiting for his curbside pickup order. He was waiting for the curbside pickup order, and what happened was there was some kind of delay with his order. The story doesn't really specify, but he wasn't getting his order right away. What happens is the guy, Ralph Bernard Hannon here, he starts causing a scene, starts arguing, starts getting pissed off at the employee, starts saying some nasty things. According to, witnesses, he was saying very nasty things to them, also making sexist remarks. And what happened was there was a second customer that was actually right next to him. She was in her SUV and she was waiting for a curbside pickup order as well. She saw this guy start harassing one of the employees, just being rude to them. And the customer had told the guy, hey, stop. So then the customer turns around, takes his anger out on that other customer, walks up to her SUV, starts arguing with her, and actually spits at her over that. What happens is the police, they actually got the guy's license plate, went to his house. He denied that he ever spit at this customer, but the customer's glasses had traces of saliva, and on top of that, there was witnesses who actually confirmed the victim's story that this guy had spit at her also. And I'll tell you this though, that in retail, the best thing that happens is when a customer actually starts arguing with another customer. And I feel really bad for this woman here, that she got spit on, but she did the right thing by defending that employee from, verbal abuse by this idiot. And I don't understand personally why people are just so impatient. Like, some people are just so impatient, and I've had it happen where, people stand 2 minutes in line and they start throwing a temper tantrum. And I'm like, if you're gonna wait for 2 minutes in line and get this pissed off, what other things could they possibly get pissed off over? I've waited in lines for 10 minutes and I didn't get pissed off, because I understand that employees in the store are doing things, not like they're sitting and doing absolutely nothing. That's the way these people like this act. They have this entitled mindset, thinking to themselves, oh, the employees in the store, they're just slacking off, they're not getting my order ready, and then they start, going on this tirade. They don't understand that the employees are just running around trying to get everything done, but they're multitasking, because a lot of times these corporations in retail have one employee do 4 or 5 things at once. So these people have absolutely no understanding of it. But getting on to my original point, what's great is when a customer starts arguing with another customer defending an employee. I've seen that happen a few times. And these customers, they feel like, they can be as verbally abusive towards these employees as much as they want. But then when another customer intervenes and starts calling them an idiot to their face, oftentimes, they're shocked by that, because another customer doesn't work there. So he can't say, oh, I'm going to complain to corporate. And these people, the last month that I was working in retail, I've had it, because, I told my manager, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. Those last 2 weeks that I was working, I did not care if customers complained to me. If customers were rude to me, they were causing a scene, just being rude for no reason to me when I was trying to help them, I would say back to them, I'm trying to help you, sir. If you continue being rude to me, I'm not going to help you. And they continue being rude to me, I would just say to them, that's it, I'm not helping you, go find someone else. And it's almost like that's the magic words. Almost like it is the magic words. Because when you talk back to these customers, when you talk back to them, almost always they are shocked. They're absolutely shocked. Like, they don't expect you. They don't expect you to talk back to them. They just expect you to sit there and just take their verbal abuse. That shocks abusive customers the most in retail, because they expect the employee to sit there and take it. When the employee actually talks back, that's when the customers, they're basically thrown off. They don't expect that to happen. And oftentimes the employee will get in trouble. Kind of ridiculous, but management should be more understanding in situations like this. But I've seen it happen a few times where, there was a customer that was just being rude, and another customer would just get involved and say, hey, you don't need to be rude like that. I've seen it happen where this woman once, she wasn't getting her return. She came in without a receipt, and she could not claim exactly when the item was purchased, and it was a bunch of shampoo bottles. So it was a bunch of really expensive shampoo bottles. She was probably trying to run a scam. I don't know 100%, but she was trying to return a bunch of shampoo bottles that were very expensive without a receipt, could not even explain when she had purchased them. The story was very suspicious, and then she was being extremely rude, and she was saying that she was going to call the police, and then her customer intervened, actually told her, hey, you don't have to be all rude to them like that. And then she just started talking back to her, and they just basically started arguing with each other. And then my supervisor actually came over and told her that he's not giving her her return. And then basically she just started crying at that point. So she was just verbally abusing, the staff. And then when a manager, well, I should say supervisor at this point, actually came down and told her, nope, she started crying. But, we have two idiots. Both of them got arrested. Two ridiculous customers. And, I like covering stories like this because, I know what people like this are. I know how crazy some people like this are. Very impatient, will cause a scene. When you work in that type of environment, you actually gain a very different perspective on people because you would never expect that people would act like that before you actually start working in retail. But there are crazy customers that act like this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this story. And, I hope that both of these idiots, both of them, they face the full consequences of the law. You can't spit on groceries, threaten people, trespass, and also spit at people just because they tell you to calm down. So, examples should be made. I hope they face the full consequences of the law. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. And if you're new to my channel, join my channel, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone.